Last night's State of the Union address included a presidential plea for unity.
Tonight, I call upon all of us to set aside our differences, to seek out common ground, and to summon the unity we need to deliver for the people. This is really the key. These are the people we were elected to serve.
But from the looks of Democrats in the chamber, they did not appear to like the idea of working with their Republican commander-in-chief. Join us now is Tim Carney, commentary editor of the Washington Examiner. Tim, we talked to Jason earlier, who told us about a CBS poll that talked about, for those who listened or heard, about 75% of people responded positively. What do you think the president got right, and what did he not land?
I thought the policies he laid out were actually sort of compromise policies that most of the country likes. So the immigration plan, that same CBS poll, 72% approved of the president's immigration plan, which has both the DACA for the illegal and those who entered illegally as children, and also border security and reforming the pathways to which people come in. That's a broad compromise plan. So he's on the same page as people who were watching it. That's one of the things that was good. I thought a lot of the guests he had and the personal stories, the policewoman who adopted the child after seeing the mother, about to inject heroin, and the man who fled North Korea and on his crutches and held up the crutches. I thought those were beautiful moments, and the most important part was saying that it's family and faith that makes America great and strong. As far as the weaknesses goes, he didn't really try to make a good, coherent argument on the taxes. I think he's always had a very superficial account as to how the tax cuts will help the economy. But we don't expect Trump to be an economist, so he may get a pass on that.
And of course, people always want more details. How are you going to do it, and all that.
But we also don't want it to go on for 2 hours.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's a balance there. The president called for bipartisanship. Of course, like we mentioned, it was a speech about unity, and that same CBS poll showed that roughly 8 in 10 Americans felt like he was trying to unite the country, but the Democrats gave him a very cool reception. Do you think the Democrats had to sort of play that for their own political purposes?
Yes, the Democrats cannot afford to appear to be too friendly to Donald Trump. I was actually surprised they applauded as much as they did, but they did. It was cooler than past Democratic Congresses towards Republican presidents, or vice versa. And the big part of it is that opposing Trump is the motivating factor for a large, active portion of the Democratic base. Not necessarily most of them, but the most activist ones. What's driving them to get out there and march in the streets, to run for office, to vote at much higher levels, is opposition to Trump. So to keep them energized, Democrats had to stay in their seats.
And speaking of Democrats, Representative Joe Kennedy III, delivered the Democratic response. He's 37 years old, from, of course, a political dynasty. He's the great nephew of President John F. Kennedy and Senator Ted Kennedy. He's also the grandson of Robert Kennedy Jr. And he delivered the speech from Fall River, Massachusetts, a traditionally Democrat, a working-class community which ended up voting for Trump. So do you think this is a sign of a future Democratic strategy to try to reclaim those working-class voters?
Yeah, well, in Fall River, I think it's still voted Democratic, but you're right that there's a huge shift towards Trump. Trump got 50% more of the vote than Mitt Romney had gotten. And what you have here is it's mostly white. It's only 72% graduated high school. While most places 87% or 90% did. The median income is well below the national average. And so a lot of the Democratic debate has been, should we go after the sort of Trump people, the people who voted for Obama, but then Democrats lost to Trump, or should you go after a new vote, younger voters and highly educated suburban voters? Having Kennedy as the main speaker in Fall River was a statement by the party leadership that going after the people, the Democrats they lost to Trump, the white working class voters, will be a central part of their 2018 plan, if not 2020.
Okay, we'll be watching. Tim Carney, commentary editor of the Washington Examiner. Thanks so much.
Thank you.